Alright, so this morning I am going to be making some pumpkin bread. I really wish I had some cream cheese to kind of do a cream cheese filling, but I don't. So first I'm going to start by saying I needed some allspice, so I made some. And it's just basically for 1 teaspoon of allspice, you need a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of ground cloves, and just a pinch of nutmeg. So I did about 10 half teaspoons, which would be five teaspoons of cinnamon, 5 teaspoons of um, ground cloves, and then I did about a teaspoon of nutmeg. So it smells good, smells exactly the same as allspice. So here I just mixed my dry ingredients, which is, I will show you guys the recipe if you guys want to pause it. There's a cup and a half of flour, which I put in here. There's a teaspoon of salt, a cup of sugar, a teaspoon of baking soda. So I just sifted that all together and gave it a really good mix, and then you set that aside. And then in a separate bowl, you're going to combine the pumpkin, the oil, the eggs, the water, and the spices. So down here, because I had my spices out, I just added them in the bottom there. Next, I'm going to add my eggs so I can beat them. And then I'll add my oil, and then I gotta puree my pumpkin over there, so I will do that before I add it in here. Alright, so I got my eggs, my oil, my water in here, and all that's missing is the pumpkin. So I had roasted it. There's quite a bit of water in there, probably just because it was frozen, but I took out a cup of pumpkin, and I'm just going to take my mixer here and give it a good puree so that it's just, there's no lumps and clumps. And then I will add it to here, give it a good mix, and then I will add this stuff into here. And then, but I'm only going to do that when I get back because I'm not going to have enough time to bake it right now. So I'm going to just grease up my pan, get everything ready, so when I get back from dropping my son off at school, I can shove it right into the oven. Plus you got to preheat the oven to 350. So I'm gonna make it and see, and if it turns out and I really like it, I have enough pumpkin to probably make like 3 more batches. So I will do that and just stick it in the freezer, and we will have pumpkin bread all year round. So I'll be back. I'll show you what this looks like when I puree it all up. Alright, so I just went ahead and... What? Did you give them a treat? Up there. So I just went ahead and blended the whole... Wait a second. I went ahead and blended the whole thing of pumpkin so that I can just scoop out my cup, and if I decide that I'm going to make more, well, it's already blended, so that looks a lot more like pumpkin puree, eh? Alright, and these were pumpkins that I got for free off the side of the road. They were not carved. I just brought them home and cut them, roasted them, and shoved them in my freezer, and that was last year. Last Halloween, so they've been doing good. Alright, I'm going to add my cup of pumpkin in here. Can't really get a good view, but... Of pumpkin puree. Add it to that and give it a good mix. Hopefully this turns out good. And then this year I'll do the same. After Halloween, everybody usually puts their pumpkins out by the road. I'll snatch up some more. Oh yeah, that smells awesome. So I'm not going to mix it into my dry mixture just yet. I'm going to wait. And that's what it looks like. It smells really good, so I imagine it's going to taste good. So like I said, I will get this. I'm going to go and just grease up my pan so when I get home I can mix it together and pop that in the oven, because it takes 50 to 60 minutes to cook. So... And then you can also, if you wanted to make like muffins, you could put them in a muffin tin. If you had those little bread pans, you can make little loaves. If you had tiny little loaves, you could do that too. I may make a cinnamon and brown sugar like mixture for the top of it, just to kind of sweeten it up a bit, because like I said, I don't have the cream cheese. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I will be back whenever I drop my son off to school. Alright, so I decided that I will be back obviously within the hour. I'm gonna wait until it's closer to the time that I leave. I leave in about 15 minutes, so I'll just get this all prepared, and then I got my stove heating up at 350 right now, my oven, and I'm just going to give this a good mixture, and then I'm just going to take a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of brown sugar, mix that together, and then I'm just going to crumble it on the top, and it is going to be really, really good. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's in my buttered pan over there. Alright, so the pumpkin I just put into this greased pan, and then here I just have some brown sugar and cinnamon. I'm just going to sprinkle over the top, and then I'm going to bake it, and I'll show you what it looks like after it's all cooked. So I just took the pumpkin bread out of the oven, and it smells really, really good. So I'm going to cut it and then show you guys what it looks like. So there's all my pumpkin bread bagged up. I'm just going to double bag it after. I just did that for now. I basically would have ate one of these, and I gave one of them away to my mom and dad to try, and my dad said he ate almost half of it. He loves it, so I'll probably just a sec. I'll probably give them another one, and I want to bag the rest up and put them in the freezer, so whenever I want a quick snack or whatever, I will just pull that out, and it's really, really good bread. Alright, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you're going to try this recipe, let me know, because it is delicious. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.